shout out though in the NL to at the moment the Mets holding their own with a half game lead in the NL East.
Yeah.
Brewers in the Central and Dodgers in the West. I'm expecting San Diego to make a climb at some point during the season, but right now LA and San Francisco are holding their own.
And you remember, Dave, I said a few weeks back, the team that I mentioned was the Padres. And I mentioned the Padres because, Fernando Tatis Jr., and some of the other big names that are in that team right now, Manny Machado. But the pitching is actually what's helping the Padres kind of keep themselves relevant now. The NL West, Dave, I mean, we talk about the AL East being a stacked division, but the NL West is probably even more stacked because, I mean, Colorado, you never know with Colorado, but I don't think this is going to be their year once again. We'll take it, take a grain of salt, but you look at San Diego, Arizona, San Fran, LA, and you look at, again, small sample size. We're still in April, only about 25 games played, but one thing that's interesting to me is is the pitching. It's not so much their offense, it's the fact that they're stacked in the pitching categories. San Diego Padres first in ERA and first in strikeouts in the league. Giants are second in ERA, and you have the Dodgers who are third in ERA and second in strikeouts. So I mean that's three teams right there who are on top of all of baseball. Delivering just knockout pitching performances. Obviously, Dodgers with Kershaw. But we think about the Giants, and you have Anthony DeScalfini. Do you know how to say his name? 'Cause I've never heard this guy before. His name is Anthony DeScalfani.
DeScalfani, yeah.
And you have Kevin Guzman. And these are and they so far have actually led to I believe a league low 77 runs in April, which is pretty good. And they're also holding the league to a league low 206 batting average again. So, the Giants, we kind of been putting them in rebuild mode for a while now. But they may have something to say this year. And like I said, with Padres, you have Joe Musgrave and Yu Darvish kind of, making, strides right there. So that's the division to me that is going to be the most interesting and the most competitive moving forward. I don't know. Do you agree with the NL West, or do you think there's another division that might be more exciting?
No, I think that's pretty appealing as well across the board, and I'd agree. So, yeah, I think that's for me, that's going to be one of the more exciting races as well.
Yeah, and again, we're Yankee fans. We don't necessarily always think about the NL a lot,
No,
but
for sure.
I mean, West Coast style baseball. I mean, I don't know if that's West Coast style, that's what we call it, but it's just there's something about these five teams that always provide, just bring their A game. And like I said, the Dodgers. I mean, you look at the Dodgers and the Yankees, Dave. And they're kind of like mirror images of each other. They have big payrolls.
Yep.
They they go out and spend big when necessary. But the Dodgers at least appear right now to have it all together, fresh off their World Series. The pitching is great, and and the hitting for the most part is holding up pretty well. But yeah, I do like the NL West. I mean, I guess if we had to pick, and I know it's really early, Dave, but I mean, I would still say probably the Dodgers. You give them the edge at least for now, until you can see something otherwise. But you could see two wildcard teams come out of the West.
Yeah, I could absolutely.
I'm not picking on Arizona here. I mean, they're kind of in the mist too. I don't see anything with Arizona that makes me jump excited for them right now in that stacked division. But that's why we love baseball, Dave. It's the parity of it is is to be reckoned with. So